In recent times, with the surge of AI media generation, chatbot dependencies, and increasing growth in using AI in other different aspects of life, I got curious about just how much AI is being used, the misconceptions I might have, things I might not know, and the impact AI is having on everyone, corporate or not. AI has gotten so sophisticated in recent times, so fast at that we're already having a hard time making a distinction between what's authentic and what's AI generated. A few reasons why this topic caught my interest are because as technology is developing, the probabilities and methods to perform cyber scams are also evolving exponentially. Rampant misconceptions and increasing hostility towards AI development, which I believe stems from being misinformed about what AI is and the purpose it could serve, and also the wide coverage of the negatives that are resulting from AI instead of highlighting the positives of it. I wanted to understand things that I previously didn't and probably had misconceptions about, clearing them in the process. Earlier this year, a 66-year-old woman by the name Abigail Rubalcaba from Southern California was conned out of her life savings by scammers using AI to pose as Steve Burton from a TV series named General Hospital, the first episode of which aired on April 1st, 1963. It was an elaborate romance scam which involved the perpetrator pretending to be the actor, using AI to create deepfakes and steal his voice.
Love you so much, darling. I had to make this video to make you happy, my love. I hope this puts a smile on your heart, and you should always know that nothing will ever make me hurt you or lie to you, my queen.
I thought I was in love. I thought we were going to have a good life together, she said in an interview. The poor woman believed she really was in a romantic relationship with the actor, and in the process gave away basically everything she had, from cash to bitcoins, everything. And then checks and Zelle and Bitcoin, it was everything. According to her and family, she has sent the scammer over $81,000 in cash, continued giving away her entire life savings, and even agreed to sell her family's condo for $350,000 and send the proceeds to the scammer. The family ended up having their condo sold for less than the market value should have been because of the scammer's desperation. The new owner reportedly flipped the home and sold it to someone else, and the latest owner offered to sell the condo back to them for $100,000 more than what they paid, an amount the family at the time didn't have, basically ruining this family's life. The news is from August this year, and so far I haven't found any update to her situation. According to the actor himself, there are multiple other people that come to his appearances and look at him like they've had an online relationship for a couple of years, and each time he'd have to tell them the reality. To us ordinary people on the internet, that deepfake video does look pretty obviously AI generated because we can make that obvious subtle distinction of what sets apart a real video and an AI generated deepfake. But to people who've had no experience with AI deepfakes, that don't have any experience with internet in general, who don't even know what AI is, even shitty deepfakes and AI chatbots can be concerningly convincing to them. To me, it looks real, even now. I don't know anything about AI. This was the case for Abigail and countless other victims of this deepfake scam. While the scam can be pretty obvious for us to notice and point at the victims to laugh at them for not realizing the obvious, I think it's important to note the victims' mental states, their age, and knowledge about certain aspects of the world. Another huge incident that was reported on December 14th, 2 days before I started writing about this. Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter, AI impersonators, scammed fans out of $5.3 billion in 2025. In one singular calendar year, $5.3 billion was stolen by scamming fans of these popular celebrities. A report by social media security company Spikers found that scammers posing as artists including Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, and Billie Eilish used faked accounts, hacked profiles, and cloned content to trick fans into buying non-existent tickets, merch, VIP experiences, and cryptocurrency schemes. With how much more sophisticated AI generation is becoming at a very alarmingly fast rate at that, and the sheer amount of money stolen from just these impersonation scams alone, it's safe to say that the older demographic is not the only vulnerable one. The more modern, well-informed Gen Alpha, Gen Z demographic are not as well-informed, considering the demographic and the audiences of these celebrities like Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter, and Billie Eilish. According to this report, 75% of Billie's audience demographic are 34 years old or younger. Taylor Swift being around for a good while, it's safe to say her age demographic is a bit wider, ranging from teens to people in their late 40s. And according to this report, Sabrina Carpenter's fan base ranges from late teens to 25 years old, 75% of them female. A clear indication to the fact that no matter the age, anyone can fall victim to AI and impersonation fraud of any sort, and most of it is resulted by the lack of knowledge of technological advancements and what AI is being used for, what AI does, and what AI itself is in general. Even having the slightest idea of these situations could be helpful to anyone that would otherwise be gullible and believing of these impersonators LARPing as beloved celebrities. This knowledge, as much of a small thing as it may seem to us, could have a huge impact on someone who maybe without this knowledge would have fallen victim to an incident like Abigail or any of these other fans of these celebrities who had their life ruined by impersonators. So what even is AI? Artificial intelligence refers to computer systems that can perform complex tasks normally done by human reasoning, decision making, creating, etc. Due to how many ways AI is used all throughout, it's impossible to generally define this broad subject. A few definitions are found within Executive Order 13960, which references Section 238G of the National Defense Authorization Act of 2019, courtesy of the official NASA website, which highlight different distinctive functions that can help to define AI. Performing tasks under varying and unpredictable circumstances without significant human oversight, or that can learn from experience and improve performance when exposed to datasets, software or physical hardware, or any other medium that solves tasks requiring human-like perception, cognition, planning, learning, communication, or physical action. Thinks or acts like a human, including cognitive architectures and neural networks. Acts rationally, including an intelligent software agent or embodied robot that achieves goals using human-like cognition. What the internet recognizes as AI as of right now, in the most general terms, is ChatGPT, Gemini, softwares that are involved in media generation. Following one of the definitions, AI is any software that performs tasks that don't involve significant human oversight and makes use of the datasets that it's supposed to. In the case of these media generation sites, softwares, these datasets are the data that each of these tools are being trained and fed with our browsing data and anywhere that we've agreed to give away our data to, knowingly or unknowingly. Our inputs and data are being used to train and make these models more efficient in their work. Software such as ChatGPT use generative pre-trained transformers, GPTs, to generate text, speech, and images in response to user prompts. GPT models work by analyzing an input sequence and applying complex mathematics to predict the most likely output. It uses probability to identify the best possible next word in a sentence based on all previous words. And as a type of deep learning AI technology, GPTs use natural language processing that can mimic those of a human. AI is slowly capturing every single industry you can think of, from simple GPT chatbots to software that are generating images, videos, scripts to movies, codes to video games, music, and whatnot. Just back in 2023, when AI media generation was first gaining traction, this was the state of it. When some people were laughing, claiming AI is too stupid to replace humans, their jobs and livelihoods, or pose any threats. Fast forward to just early 2024, not even in recent times, AI was already making near perfect media generations. And now with how much more sophisticated AI has become, softwares like Sora are widely popular to be creating videos or clips, oftentimes used in social media accounts to pose as authentic videos, attempting to farm as much clout as possible. Their audiences involve people who just think it's funny how uncanny AI can be, or people who genuinely believe that they're real clips. I wouldn't be surprised if the larger chunk of these audiences are on the believing side. AI chatbots are being made in hundreds every other day, appealing to people who don't have friends, don't have anybody to talk to, don't want to talk to real people because they seem to not like anybody in real life, want to roleplay with fictional characters and their favorite celebrities or someone they want to interact with in real life but cannot due to varying reasons. These softwares prey on parasocials and desperate people, raising an epidemic of lonely people who starve from connection, people who are growing more and more detached from society, and of course, a sector in which AI image generation is being used that it receives the heaviest backlash for is art. Things have gotten so intense to the point of people constantly tiptoeing around any art piece they might find to appreciate, only to come to realize that it was made by AI. People harassing actual genuine artists with uninformed takes about art, resulting in mass harassment to those artists, all because they are too skeptical and forget that imperfections in art doesn't always equate to AI fumble. In various cases, genuine artists have a stylistic preference or quite simply just are not good at drawing certain things. AI musicians are now debuting on Billboard and even climbing the top ranks, one of the well-known ones being Sania Monet. It's unknown how many more of these AI artists are already in this cycle, but even just one being there, especially near the top, is alarming to the creative industry. According to a survey, almost all survey respondents say their organizations are using AI, and many have begun to experiment with AI agents. Most are still in the early stages of scaling AI and capturing enterprise level value, 64% of them saying that AI is enabling their innovation. Now, no matter what we do, these things are at the end of the day inevitable. I hate the idea of AI hijacking the creative and artistic industries of humanity, but in the consumer market, not many care for authenticity or human touch. Most only care about their product being satisfactory, efficient, and available, which AI serves to do well. As dreadful of a reality as it may be, it's something someday sooner or later we'll have to adapt to. So is AI bad? No. AI is a tool at the end of the day. The impact of AI, what it does to your life, all depends on how one uses this tool. The reason we see more of this media generation and capitalization of parasocialism is because corporations in general want to make big bucks in the easiest way possible. Human degeneracy and vulnerability is the most efficient method for that, and AI facilitates and taking advantage of these. The best, and in my opinion, the actual purpose of AI is when it's used to develop machines or softwares that are meant to assist people in things that are impossible to normally do. Better hearing aids, machines to assist people who can't walk or move around well, speak better, communicate, software designed to help the unfortunate, machines built to help in dangerous parts of constructions or repairs where human lives are at an incredibly high risk, like maybe making repairs or adjusting blocks at the top of a really tall skyscraper perhaps, machines that assist firefighters to locate and rescue people in danger, medical professionals to identify discrepancies and anomalies more efficiently, helping scientists to calculate and formulate results more efficiently, helping to take loads off people's shoulders so achievements in these fields excel, so that service industries are better at providing service to humans in a more satisfactory and efficient way. As much as we may want to bash AI, we need to be able to distinguish in which cases this aspect deserves the bashing. In terms of trying to come across as a creative alternative, sure, slander it as much as you want in terms of the usage, but completely writing off the impact it can have is not it. Artificial intelligence powered by deep learning algorithms being already used in healthcare serves to prove my point, specifically the usage of AI's imaging capabilities, which are found to be promising for cancer identification and screening. AI is also used to predict development of diseases across a healthcare network. A group at Mount Sinai used deep learning-based AI algorithms to predict the development of diseases with 94% accuracy. Thanks to published cancer research, clinical trials, and drug development, there's an abundance of data that AI is using to help review and even guide in making healthcare decisions. AI is being used to gather data throughout the internet, sensors, microphones, and cameras on hives, which is then uploaded to the cloud and analyzed to identify patterns or trends that could help make any early interventions to help bees survive. Huawei used AI and augmented reality to create StorySign, a free mobile app that helps deaf children to read by translating that text into sign language. Made an AI device that can identify visual disorders in children so that treatments can begin before they cause blindness. Made an app that translates emotions into short and simple sounds to help blind people perceive the emotion of the person they're talking with. AI development is not stopping. It's only going to keep evolving at an even faster rate than we're already experiencing. Things will inevitably be getting worse and more complicated to deal with, especially for people involved in creative sectors. Media generation and some other AI tools will keep evolving, and people will find ways to use these tools to better assist them in cyber scamming gullible people. I think the best way to fight this is to learn what AI is, what it can do, the severe impacts it can have, and as a result be able to distinguish between the necessities and bad uses of AI instead of writing this mere tool off as completely evil. A man-made tool is what man makes of it. Whether or not you shape it into a scythe to harvest souls or a plow to farm crop, it's entirely up to you, the beholder.